there, this is Blake Arata from Community Boost Consulting, and this is our final video. It's like a bonus video. It's really how to leverage and configure Google Analytics to support your AdWords campaigns. So this video isn't going to walk you through how to create an analytics account, but we will be walking you through a little bit of the basics of analytics, what you can see within your account, how to create what we call an in-market segment, and then how to create a final destination URL goal. So let's jump into it. One of the first things I do want to say is I'm not going to leave you out to dry. I definitely want you to get set up with analytics. It's really important because analytics is a center of truth. It really allows you to see where traffic is coming from to your site and what actions or behaviors people are taking once they get there. It's really important for your own internal marketing, and it also is extremely important in supporting your new AdWords campaigns that you've built. So what I would do is go online, look up setting up Google Analytics. One of the first things that will pop up will be support from Google Analytics, and they have a really great walkthrough on how to create an account, how to add the code to your website so that you're tracking, and then how to verify that it's working. If you already have a Google Analytics account, you're in luck. We're just going to jump right in here. So one of the things that I want to mention here is just the main reports that you can see in analytics, so you know really what you're looking at if you want to come in and learn more. So the first thing that you're able to see is the audience, and that allows you to see the demographics, interests, geographic locations of the people that are coming to your site from any channel. So this is an extremely important report, and one thing that I would ask you to do if you haven't already is click this demographics tab once you're in the audience section. Click overview and make sure that your demographics have been enabled. So if they have already, you'll see something like this. If they haven't, it'll ask you to click a button and enable the demographics report. That's huge because once you've enabled that report, going forward, you'll be able to see the age, gender, geographic locations of people coming to your site. Then we have the acquisition report, and that allows you to see how people are getting to your site. So what are the most traffic channels that are bringing traffic to your site? So for example, is it referral traffic? Is it an organic search, meaning that someone searched online and clicked to come to your site but not through a paid ad? Is it social, like Facebook or some other social platform? Are they coming directly, meaning that they knew your exact URL or they bookmarked your site? You can also see, of course, Google AdWords in here as well, and that's going to show up as CPC or cost per click. Then we have behavior, and that allows you to see how people are behaving when they're on your site. How long are they staying on your site for? What pages are they going to? How engaged are they? That's where you get a lot of these insights, and it's an extremely important and valuable report as well. And then we have conversions. So once we create conversions, you can see how your goals are performing, how certain pages are performing versus others, how often these goals are being met and reached. There's a lot you can do here. Great. So before we create some conversion goals, I do want to show you how to create an in-market segment. So what this allows us to do is filter your data based off of the segment. So one that we always like to create for Community Boost, and I'm going to show you how to make it, is a Google cost per click segment, or essentially being able to see traffic from AdWords only. So if you go to segments in the search bar, something will come up called in-market segments. And you can add a segment there. And I'll show you the one that we already have created, just so you can see it. We have a lot here, but we have one called Google cost per click. And if we dive into see how it was set up, I can see that we're filtering this data based off of this, what's called a source and a medium. So in this case, the source or the traffic source is Google, and the medium is cost per click, which is paid advertising. So maybe the source could be Yahoo, the source could be Bing, a lot of different things. In this case, it's Google CPC for AdWords. So let's create a new one ourselves. so that you can have it in your account. So click plus segment, we'll do a new segment. And then we will do traffic sources. And we are going to do source, Google, medium, CPC, segment name, whatever you'd like to call it. Let's do Google AdWords segment. I'm going to put test there just so I know to go back. You can save it. And voila. Now you have a new marketing segment that should work for your organization. So the point of this is, let's say you're looking at all of your traffic. So let me do we're not running CPC to our account. Let's say you have a mix of both. So here you could see all users and the amount of sessions to your site in a certain amount of days. And let's say you only wanted to look at Google cost per click or AdWords traffic. You could apply that. And then you could compare them. So in this case, we don't have any Google cost per click traffic going to this specific site, this page. But if we did, you can compare the two or remove one of these segments and only look at the other. So it's really the whole point of these segments is to help you filter the data and get more information easier. And there's multiple other segments you could create as well. Maybe you only want to look at traffic coming in from email. Maybe you only want to look at traffic coming in from certain demographics or channels. You can do that as well. Great, and the last thing we're going to talk about is how to create a conversion goal in analytics. So like I had mentioned in the last video, it was Unit 3, Video 3, learning how to create campaigns, the donor campaign and a general awareness campaign. I mentioned briefly that you could create conversion codes in AdWords, and that's definitely one way to track the actions being taken from our ads. But another way that we can track how people are behaving once they get to our site is through a Google Analytics goal. So to create one, click the admin gear at the bottom left-hand corner of your account. We'll go to goals. And in this case, I'm going to teach you how to create a destination goal. So it's a specific kind of goal, meaning that someone gets to a unique page on your site and we can track that. So just to let you know, the only way that this would work is if you have a unique URL that people reach once they have opted in to something on your site. So for example, let's say someone goes through your donation process. So they reach your site, they click they want to donate, they are taken to a donation page, they fill out their information, then they submit the donation. They need to then be taken to a unique page that can only be reached when someone goes through the full process. And the point is that we need to track when people reach that unique page and know that the only way that someone can get there is if they actually donated. You could create a conversion goal for when people reach the homepage if you wanted, and anytime someone reached that homepage, you could track that conversion, but you wouldn't know whether someone donated or not. So you have to make sure that you're putting we're creating this goal for a page that can only be reached when someone goes through a full donation process or whatever process. Maybe it's a program inquiry, and after they submit, they get taken to a unique page. So let me show you what that would look like. So let's do a custom goal, and I'm going to call this is going to be a destination goal. So if they're showing an example, thanks.html, I'm going to call this donation. Call donation. and we have a destination. We're going to continue. So now this is where we choose the destination. So because Google Analytics is already on your site, it knows every single page that's on your site. All you have to do is put the URL in here for it to start tracking that goal. So let's say that it is www.blakefoundation/donate/thank you. That is my unique URL. When someone donates to my organization, that's where they're taken. Then I know, the Google now knows to let me know anytime someone reaches this page. Basically tallies it and then calls it a donation for me. There's a couple other ways that you can create this goal as well. Maybe you don't want to do equals to, maybe you know that it begins with. So as long as you add /thank you, it will track that. And another cool trick, you can verify this goal. So maybe you didn't input it correctly. If you know people have reached that donation page or you've tested it, you can verify to see if that's happened in the past 7 days. So in this case, because this isn't a real site and not a real goal, it's showing up as 0% conversion rate. But you should have some conversion rate that pops up that lets you know that if you create this goal, it will start being tracked. Awesome. Now for the last part of this lesson, we're going to talk about how to link analytics to your AdWords account and why that's so important. So analytics gives you a ton of insights about how people are interacting with your pages, and you can actually import those insights into AdWords as well. So you can see how your AdWords accounts are performing when people get to the site. Instead of just knowing how much traffic you're sending there, wouldn't you like to know how many people are staying on that page and taking action, or maybe leaving your page? And so you need to look at your ad copy to see if it's relevant, or maybe you're sending them to the wrong page. So the way to do that is to click the gear icon. You have to make sure that you are an administrator on both the AdWords account and this analytics account. You would go to AdWords linking. So this is only going to be shown if you have those authorizations, and click plus new link group. And if you are on both accounts, an AdWords account should pop up that gives you the ability to link with it. So you can choose one of these, scroll down, you would continue, and then you would choose the view that you want to link to. So in your case, you probably have an all website data view created. That's the one that you would want to link with. Or if you're doing a testing view, you could link that. It really depends on the kind of data that you want imported into your account. So for example, if one of your views is being filtered to only look at certain data, you might not want to import that data into your AdWords account. You might want it from your all website data that's pure and hasn't been changed at all. If you don't know what I'm talking about at this point, that's not a problem. Just click whatever one's there. That means that you aren't really filtering your data, and that's totally okay. And then you would just link the accounts, and then they would be linked. Perfect. And then the next step would be to import those goals from analytics into AdWords. So to do that, you would jump into your AdWords account. So now I'm in an AdWords account. I chose a random one. This is just for an example. And what you would do is go to your gear icon, click linked accounts, and then Google Analytics. Once you click Google Analytics, we're seeing multiple different links here because we have what's called a My Client Center. We have multiple clients. You should only see one or a couple different analytics links here. It should be pretty easy to see which one's yours. Click the one that says one linked view and edit. So we're going to import those site metrics. Let me refresh this really quick. I should have one goal that's able to be imported here. Awesome. So we're going to click that one goal ready to import. You should see the same thing, one or multiple depending on how many you created. Then you come in, click it, and import it. And then you choose the category based off of what the goal is. So for me, this was a membership sign up. So I'm gonna say sign up, the value. If you know how much it's worth to your organization, you can put that. I'm gonna say don't assign a value. You can leave the conversion window at 30 days. I like to count one conversion, meaning that if one person signs up, in this case for multiple memberships, I only want to track the one, and then you're gonna import it. Congratulations, we now have an analytics goal imported into our AdWords account. And so now if you ever go to Tools and Conversions, your conversion actions page will pop up and you can see whatever goals you've imported into your account or created in your account. Thank you so much for joining me in our last installment of our Google Grant Academy. I hope that this really sets you up for even more success with your AdWords accounts. Now that you can see this data, you can filter it however you like, and you can also import and create new analytics goals to support your own internal marketing and also your AdWords accounts. Looking forward to catching you in our next installment of the Google Grant Academy. Talk to you then. Take care.